Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How are you? You gotta
Hello.
scoot over, baby. You gotta scoot over. Listen, it's the conversation tonight.
Yes.
We are live tonight. We need interaction. Let us know that you're on. Everybody that's watching, I need you to go to Facebook. Are you going to Facebook?
I
Get your
will.
phone.
Let me see.
Get your phone. You might hear our son in the background, but he got headphones on,
Sorry.
so he can hear everything that's happening.
Right.
But I want you to share this with somebody right now. Come on, share this with somebody for a moment. That we are live, and I think it's going to be powerful.
Sorry.
You got it on.
Yeah,
You want to
turn
hear
it
me
down.
double time, double time. Maurice, my brother's on tonight. Thank you for being on. Um, I'm just taking a moment to share. That's all I'm doing. Everybody that can, let's share this. We have a special guest, more than one, that's going to be on tonight. Right, my post the conversation. Uh-huh. Can you share this if you're on Facebook? Share this if you are on YouTube. Come on, take a moment. Take a moment. Take a moment. I gotta call him back. Take a moment. Take a moment. We got 45 minutes we're gonna do this in. I'm posting mine. There we go. And let's give our guest on. We got a good crowd on. Come on, Amelia. Amen. Deacon, in. Sister Widow, in. Let's go. Let's bring on our special guest, Bishop Riley.
Yes.
And he brought his wife on, Lady Riley, Karen
Yes.
Riley. Come on, Rashawn. Try to let people know we're talking about sex tonight. I need 5 people.
Yes. Okay.
I need 5 people that type in the chat box sex. We only got 45 minutes because the singles bishop is coming on at 8. And we're going to talk because last time we talked, Bishop, I just felt like I wanted to freely talk sex with just some married couples. Okay. Just freely talking. And so,
Yeah.
and you brought your wife on. Hey,
Brought my
hey, hey.
wife on.
Thank you for being on. We're talking about sex tonight. Come on, Clay.
Yeah.
Come on. There it is. Okay. Bishop, Lady Riley,
Yes.
we talking sex talk tonight.
Talking sex tonight.
Oh my Lord.
One of
And
my
I
favorite subjects.
Come on, come on. I asked Bishop the last time when he thought about the word sex, what came to his mind. I want to know what you think about when you just think about the word sex.
I think about closeness, intimacy, that ability to interact with the one you love.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know, and the whole matter, the emotional, the physical, the
Right.
spiritual
Yes.
aspects of who we are and how God fearfully and wonderfully made us.
Right.
He made us sexual beings, and we ought to enjoy that to the fullest, to the max, to totally enjoy the spouse that God has provided us.
Come on.
Amen.
Come
So
on.
we're blessed. So
We're
we're
blessed.
blessed. That's
Blessed.
right.
Mhm.
And
Lady
hallelujah.
Karen.
Hallelujah for
Lady
sex.
Karen. When you
Hallelujah.
think now the question was supposed to be for you because we heard his answer the last time. I wanted to know when you think about the word sex or when you hear that word, Lady Karen, what comes to mind? What comes to mind?
Seriously?
Yes, see, that's what we want.
Seriously.
Seriously.
It's one man wants some.
When a man wants some.
He says seriously. But as time goes on, it is what he's saying. The intimacy, the closeness of being together. When we first start off, it is what he wants.
See, she was a church girl.
Okay.
All right. She grew up as a church girl.
Yeah.
And they had literally no real guidance when it came to sexuality.
True.
Nobody ever really
Nobody broke it. Hush.
okay.
Nobody broke it down to tell us what it really was going to be all about. So everything for me was a total surprise. And I mean a surprise, it was a surprise. And it really created tension for us in the beginning, because there were times that he wanted and I didn't feel like being bothered. And then he would throw the Bible at me and I say, I know the words like
In the name of Jesus.
you know. So, but as time goes on and you sort of really understand it is about the intimacy, it is about not just having children, but it's that closeness, and it was something that God wanted it to be. And then it's, you know, it's good.
You said it's good, baby.
It's good.
She said it's good. All right. So that's a good thing.
It's good.
That's
It's all right. You know,
That's all.
let's talk about that. 'Cause you talked about the Bible, and that was a question that came up when we talk about. It's in I believe 1 Corinthians chapter 7, but it talks about consenting, the sexual, about sex. I mean, what if I'm tired? What if she's tired? What if, you know, I need some days off. Now I don't know how many days off what I need.
Right.
But is there, talk about that consent, talk about that there are sometimes, and I want to talk about something. Can we talk real tonight?
Mhm.
Can we
Yeah.
talk
We
real
can
tonight?
talk for real. So send those. We're inviting some people right now.
Invite them,
So
yes.
Pastor Karen's is just sharing this with somebody else so that they can come on.
And I don't
That's
like,
good.
I'm gonna fix
That's
this internet.
good.
Let me know if it's glitchy because I'm gonna fix it on our end. But let me ask
Good.
you this though. Even my son, I don't know what he's doing right now. Come on, he got headphones on. But
Okay.
listen. My question too is even finding the right time.
Oh yeah.
Some people can be morning, some people could be night. When I hit that bed, Bishop, I'm asleep.
He out.
Mm-hmm.
Catch me in the morning,
Right.
catch me in the afternoon, catch me when the sun go down. But when I hit that bed at night, but how do we work through that? You know,
That's
just
a
so
good
it's a lot. Consent, finding the right times, talk to us,
Compromising.
compromising on it. Come on, talk to us about it.
So you go ahead and do that. You come in. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
You do
go
that.
ahead, go ahead.
All right, so when it comes down to this special relationship, this great moment that has been provided for us to have a spouse, to have a mate, to have someone who is of like mind with you, that makes it great. But sometimes you're not always on the same page. And so let me just start scripturally by saying, as it says in 1 Corinthians chapter number 7, verses 1 through 5. I'm reading from the ESV version, where it says, now concerning the matters about which you wrote, it is good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman, but because of temptation to sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife and each woman her own husband. The husband should give to his wife her conjugal rights, and likewise the wife to her husband. For the wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. Likewise, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but the wife does. Do not deprive one another, except perhaps by agreement for a limited time, that you may devote yourselves to prayer and then come together again, so that Satan does not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. Basically, what he's saying is, you've been given to each other as a gift. You have been given to each other as a gift. Sexuality is a gift within the bonds of your relationship, and therefore you should enjoy that gift. And so in honoring each other, it's kind of nice to kind of know each other's time frames that you're more sexual or more likely to want to have sex. It's good to know when one is basically on their best and when one is on their less, they're not as sexual at that time. So kind of get each other, to kind of get a sense of when are you more likely to want to be more sexual.
Well, I think that's a topic a conversation that needs to be discussed between the couples, because
Right.
a lot of times we just assume that you don't want to be bothered, but it's not that you don't want to be bothered. Like you said a moment ago, I'm just a little bit tired. So let us try to make the adjustment.
Mhm.
But then also, if you're flirting with each other, maybe throughout the day and doing certain things, sometimes I don't care how tired we are, we make that time, because you've already been flirting with each other. Because
Mhm.
some people, they never flirt, they never, have that intimacy throughout the day, the little phone calls, the little text messages, the little things that we do, so that even so even so much when we are tired, it overrides the tiredness.
Right.
It overrides the tiredness.
Right. And it's crucial that in this day-to-day relationship, it's one where you're always edifying, you're always building each other up, you're always giving compliments, you're engaged in good conversation,
Exactly.
and you know what's on the other person's mind. You know where the good things are that you should say things about, the things, because if you're fighting and squabbling all day, what good is your sexuality gonna be?
You ain't gonna want to do
Yeah.
nothing. Come on.
Right.
You
Let
don't.
me go back to something.
Exactly.
I need 10 people to type in the chat box, flirt,
Uh-huh.
flirt. Talk about the
Right.
power of flirting. Talk about the power
You can talk about
of
that,
flirting.
babe.
It is powerful. Let's just start there. It is powerful, because when somebody whispers in your ear, or they send you that love note, or that, since we're techie now, they're sending you that text
Right.
that lets us know, or them know, that we are on their minds. So it's good to flirt throughout the day. When he's at work, flirt, flirt, flirt.
Right.
He can be in a counseling session, and I can text him something.
Wait. Can we go there tonight? Can we go there?
Yes.
Evangelist, apostle,
Yeah.
Apostle Karen. Let me wait. I gotta ask a question,
Yeah.
because I ain't gonna call him Bishop. I'm gonna call him my dad.
Okay.
He said we was talking. He said sometimes we don't want to get too into people's business. Okay, when it comes to sexual. Now follow me. I said,
Mhm.
okay. I ain't trying to get all in your bedroom. But if I'm sending, is he here? Is Bishop here? Oh Lord. If I'm sending, if I'm flirting, and let's talk about this. What if I sent a picture to my wife? She sent me a picture. I mean, that's just stimulating.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that, or am I going too far?
It's okay.
It's all right.
No,
Come
the main thing, though, to keep in mind, if you're going to be flirting with each other, you want to make sure that the enticement is always toward your spouse and not toward another person. You don't want to send images of another woman or images of another man, because then the focus is not on your spouse, it's on that image.
So you send your image up, right?
Right, but make sure you don't send those sexual pictures that somebody else might intercept.
Along the way.
You gotta be real careful about that. And some people, they get really careless and they send sexual images of themselves, thinking that they sent that text message to their spouse, and wind up sending it to another person that had a name like theirs and sent the wrong image. So you gotta be real careful about that, because you don't want to mess up your image or your
Listen.
personality or your reputation.
Listen, them pictures hit a chord somewhere. It's all right. So, give me some pictures.
Ooh, you too.
Yeah. So you got to be real careful that you don't send the wrong image or the wrong message, and then you bring a spirit of pornography into your relationship.
And that's good.
So let's go there, because Bishop, we kind of talked about it, but people feel. Remember, we talked about that out of context, the bad rumors undefiled and all that. But people feel like if I'm married, we can watch porn together. Talk to me. Is it okay?
Now, I can be real honest with you all. And in fact, even the members of my church know that for years, I struggled with the spirit of pornography. And, and that can be a demon in your relationship. And it can really, it can also impact your sexual drive as well. Now, as a therapist, I talk with other men about pornography and how that can interrupt the sexual flow in your relationship, because those images in your head can play really a lot of tricks with the spirit of love toward your companion. And there's one or two clients that I've seen where they no longer have any sexual drive toward their spouses. It's all about pornography and masturbation. They no longer desire their spouse like they used to. And so, and that is all tied in to the spirit of pornography and masturbation. It can tear up a relationship. Most people, they don't talk about that, but it's a killer.
Right. For women too.
Yes.
Women too.
It's just not the men watching porn.
Women too. Definitely.
It's women too.
It can mess you up. And it's almost like bringing another person into your bedroom. It's just like that. And you don't want that. And some people, they can't even have sex with their spouse unless they're watching porn at the same time.
Right. Bishop, because again, I'm not trying to meddle into nobody's business. Right. Your bedroom is your bedroom.
I want to meddle a little bit. You can meddle a little bit.
Well, because some people might feel like, well, then, okay, no porn. What about toys?
Now, you want to get into toys?
Let's get into it.
because it's a flower that's roaming around town.
Roaming around.
Okay. Well,
come on, y'all better talk to me tonight.
Now,
hold on. I need everybody to tag somebody in the chat box. I need everybody to tag somebody. We're talking about sex tonight in the couples context. Right. Please talk to me, Bishop.
Now, some people look at this as basically a marital aid. They call these marital aids, or a relational aid of some sort. Now, some things can be very useful in a relationship. They can be very helpful. Right. Now, there's a difference between what I would consider to be a relational enhancement, and others can be looked at as toys or tools. In essence, you can bring rose petals.
No. Bishop, you can bring talking about no rose petals.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Nada más.
Yeah, right. See, you can have enhancements.
And
these enhancements can be the massage oil. It can be, it could be even a little chocolate. Yeah. A little peanut oil. It could be other things that are enhancing, but they don't take the place of
I gotta write some of these oils down, Bishop. Wait a minute.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little ginseng. Nothing wrong with a little ginseng.
Diana, we're coming there next because that was another question, Bishop. What if some people do need some enhancement through drugs?
Okay.
About it.
Right now, I'm slowly moving into that.
Okay, come on.
In essence, there's nothing wrong with the equipment that God gave you. All right.
Right.
You just got to learn how to use your equipment better. Some people, they haven't really learned the fine art of mastering sexuality. They think that they need like a dildo, or they need these other toys to kind of, turn their spouse on, but it's really about mastering the art of sexuality in your relationship. Some people, they got the street way, but they didn't really get the love way. You need to expand the love. You got to expand the love so that the equipment that you have is sufficient. You know, you don't necessarily need to blow your penis up that big. You know,
Come on, Bishop, you talking to me.
That's
Anyway,
anyway.
Oh,
Lord,
Lord,
you hear me?
Lord,
Listen,
Lord.
You know, some people, they just want to enhance everything and make it bigger.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, but no, you just got to learn how to work with what you got.
but that's where foreplay comes in, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that's where foreplay. You lead up to, if you do it right, if you're in foreplay, which leads up to that, it will arouse things in the man and the woman where you really don't need those extra play things.
Yeah.
But you got to, again, you go back to the flirting, which the
Right.
flirting leads up to the foreplay, and the foreplay may or may not lead into an actual sex act. Because the foreplay, I may just want to be close. Like he tells me sometimes, in my mind, I thought, okay, here we go. And he'll say, no, I just want to be close to you. Well, we flirted all day long. So that flirting is very, very important. We can't put that on the back burner. And it's going to lead up
Right.
to the foreplay. When you get through foreplaying, you may just want to lay there and be in each other's arms. It doesn't
Correct.
always have to lead to sex.
It's a tough lady. She tough, y'all. She tough.
I got two things though. Give me on this one.
Okay.
Let's go back to this because this was a question from last time, and then I want to go back to the foreplay or using what you got, because we need resources. Like if I'm not watching porn, like how am I learning new techniques, or what resources could you use, or how can I stimulate? That's one question. But before we get to that one, let's go back to this, using what you got. One question came up about, what if my husband or wife physically cannot perform? What do you do? Let's talk about that one first.
Because sometimes we think there has to be something external.
Right. Okay.
We have to go outside of the relationship of the man and woman. There has to be some tools that we got to get, when really we are the tool. We are the device. We are the instrument that provides pleasure and love for our spouse.
Mhm.
Meaning that some people, not everyone, their diet needs to be adjusted. They need to make sure that they're on the right kind of diet and that they're eating properly. Some people are tired because their diet is off. They're not eating proper foods, and therefore they don't have the stamina nor the energy to carry out a normal sexual activity.
You got to put that exercise in there too.
Got to have some exercise. You got to be exercising to keep your weight in check, so that you can balance well with your spouse.
Right.
That's very, very important. Some people, they think that, you just go to church and you come home and you eat, and you go back to church and you go to your job and you come home and then you eat, but you never exercise. You never try to keep your body in shape so that you are sexually attractive to your spouse. Some people won't admit it, but they're not as sexually turned on for their spouse as they used to be. They're not gonna say nothing about it, oh yeah, baby, or oh yeah, you still turn me on, but yet in their mind they're saying you don't look the same. You don't look the same, not like you used to look, or that that you're able to turn me on just by the way you look.
And that's on both sides of the coin.
Definitely.
Male and female.
See, that's important, but also it's about the attitude about sexuality. It's all about the attitude. That attitude about sex has to be adjusted. And so, because she and I came from different worlds, as far as sexuality. Remember, I said she was a church girl, and there was no even discussion about sexuality at all. And I just came straight from the hood. And so our backgrounds sexually had to merge. We had to merge our backgrounds so that our conversation of sex, it merges together. And so, especially in areas where there is your sexual drives are different. If your sexual drives are different, you're going to have to make some adjustments.
Oh man.
You're going to have to, or there's going to be some unhappy folk in that relationship. One's got a high sexual drive, and the other person, she just want to park the vehicle.
Right.
You ready to drive? And she said, I just want to sit here and park a while. Okay, so you gotta have some balance. You gotta have some compromise. And so this is very, very important. Now we'll get into that. I see the question in the chat. She's saying, what if medically he cannot get an erection? And I think that's very important. I think you definitely need to have a good physical and a good physician to help make some recommendations, help redevelop that type of erection, because some of it can be corrected with proper diet, proper relationship. Some people are under a lot of stress,
Right?
And they can't perform because of the stress that they're under on their job. Some people just need to rest. Some folks just need to rest. They need to rest more, so they're not able to perform sexually because they're tired all the time. They're tired.
Well, that's not me.
Well, you kind of.
They need to rest. They just need to rest a little bit more, and that can make a difference.
And it's all, if you get proper diet, you have your exercise, you're making sure that you're going and getting your physicals when you're supposed to, you'll find out that you have more energy than what you think. When those midnight 1, 2, and 3 calls come in the morning in terms of having sex, you're wide awake.
Open your eyes, baby.
You are wide awake. Okay. But you gotta we all have to make adjustments.
Yes.
All right. We sit down and we have these discussions and really being open and honest about what we need to do. And he mentioned it a moment ago when he said, maybe you just don't look that good to me anymore. Maybe you didn't let yourself just go. You know, your belly's hanging out, you picked up a few pounds, you're not cute to me anymore. You don't look as handsome. Yeah. So we all need to look in the mirror and make those adjustments. And if we're honest with each other, the flaws are actually there. They're actually there.
Right.
And so if we're talking about it, let's be honest.
Be honest. Listen, we got a quick commercial. We'll be right back. Is that all right?
My name is Diana.
And my name is Manuel.
We are the Jardines, and we have been married 23 years, and we will be playing a game tonight. Hope you'll enjoy.
Okay, yes, you will be playing a game tonight. It's called the Little Dirty Pop Quiz. Since this is the conversation, the topic is sex, we're playing the Little Dirty Pop Quiz. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so as discussed, we are not going to talk. We're going to use hand signals. So we're going to use an X. X will be false or no. And we're going to use O. O will be true or me. So you can use it for me as well if that's the answer to your question. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into it right now. We'll ease into these dirty questions. First one, we have been married for over 20 years. Okay. It was love at first sight. Oh, division. Who showed interest first? Okay. Who went in for a kiss first?
Oh,
I completely understand my spouse's love language. Just like, no, yes, no. Okay. Who shows the most physical affection? Aww. Okay. Now let's get a little spicy. Majority of the time, who gets the fire started? Who is bossy in the bedroom? Oh, nobody. Okay. Everybody's so nice.
Okay.
Our sex drives match each other. I get mad if my spouse is too tired for sex.
Oh no.
Good. We keep sex strictly to the bedroom. Who is willing to try new or crazy things in the bedroom?
Yeah.
New or crazy? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sex is for nighttime only.
Oh no. Sex is whenever I want it. So,
I prefer sex to be long and passionate.
I'm being real.
I prefer sex to be a wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Well,
Prefer?
it just depends,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say no.
Definitely.
Last question. Our sex life is great. Okay. Thank you. That ends the
You're welcome.
game. Thank you guys for participating. And I'll just say, after all these foreplay questions, we're going to go ahead and let you guys go. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Come on.
That was good. That was good.
Commercial. I
Very
need
good.
5 people to tag 5 people real quick. This is good. Bishop,
Very good.
go back to I want to be better. I want to be able to please my wife. What resources? How do I learn new things or different ways to please? Can you give me that?
You know what? I think that in time, you develop greater ways to please each other, because it's important that we not bring things from the past or any other relationships we've had into our present relationship, because that doesn't necessarily predict sexual success. It's about learning to love the one you're with. And it's really important that in loving the one you're with, you need to know each other's bodies. You need to know each other's bodies. You need to be aware of each other's level of affection and how that affection operates, because sometimes you have to gauge response, the response you get. And the response you get can also be yes, no, or I ain't going for that, you know. And so, and sometimes you have to suggest or just show. It's like learning to slow dance. Sometimes you just have to get on the dance floor and just start moving a little bit. That's right. You just have to move and gently lead each other. You have to gently lead. And sometimes you have to teach each other how to love you.
Right.
Teach you. My wife, it's her responsibility to teach me how to love her. And I teach her how to love me.
And I've done a very good job.
She thinks she's done a good job.
Listen, singles, we're coming back at 8:00. It's gonna be hot. I'm telling you.
Okay.
But Bishop, let me tell you this. There was a show, I don't know if it was on Hulu or Netflix or whatever, but it was about just like sexual stimulation for your mate
On Netflix.
on Netflix. And
Yeah.
we was watching it, and I'm like, I hate that we have to go outside, but what would that look like from a Christian's perspective? But this stimulation, but it was very interesting.
Not much. Listen,
Talk to me.
sex is pretty much the same whether you're saved or not saved.
That
Okay.
part, okay.
It's pretty much the same.
What I meant about, but I'm going outside looking for information, which I wish when I
Gotcha.
was the church at to
Right.
be like,
Because sexual conversation
yes,
has been pretty much taboo.
Yes.
And so we don't necessarily get good information that is substantial in terms of maintaining not only the sexual intimacy, but the relational intimacy.
Right.
So you, in essence, you got to transfer the sexuality from the bedroom to an active relationship out of the bedroom. So that some people, the only way that they're really communicating and feeling close is in the bedroom. But you got to work to feel close outside of the bedroom.
Right.
And therefore you can enhance that relationship even further.
And it really comes from the communication. If you're talking all the time with one another about all kind of subjects, including the sex, then it transforms into what you said,
right,
into the bedroom. But if we don't ever talk about it and we never have a discussion, and only when we're talking about it is when we're in the bedroom, well, what's wrong with talking about it throughout the day?
You can set an agenda for what you're going to do in the bedroom. Okay, talk to me.
This is what we're gonna have.
You can set an agenda.
What's the agenda for the night?
It's like you can give her a menu.
Come on.
A menu.
Bishop.
We have this on the menu tonight.
What's on the menu tonight?
Yeah, we can give you the menu.
Somebody type that in the chat box.
Yes, I like
What's
that.
on the menu?
Yes. There you go.
I don't know if you've been to a Christian marriage conference that one of the sessions would be just sexual pleasure added on ways. I'm just like, this is something that could be really amazing.
We can put that on the menu. Well, hey, let's put it together. Let's put it together. We can put it together.
It's on the menu.
We can plan it. We can plan it like that. And because maybe in this case, she may be in charge of the menu for this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And vice versa. And you plan it out. You plan it out. See, sex does not have to be boring when you're married.
Right. Good.
And for a lot of people, their relationships have collapsed because they made marriage boring.
Come on.
So yeah, so we gotta come back to the reality of happiness is universal, whether you're single or married. You got to make it that way. You've got to make it and see it across the board as being two people that genuinely care about each other, and they're willing to express it, not only verbally, but sexually, by way of entertainment. It all goes across the board in terms of really just keeping each other happy and inquiring. Sometimes you have to inquire each other. How does this make you feel?
Right.
And so you ask each other, how does this make you feel? Would you prefer this? Or I have some suggestions, and you can provide a plethora of different ways that a person can be pleased sexually, and even ask the person, tell me, would you like to try this? Would you like to try that? Tell me what you would like to try. And then we can, we can try a couple of things and see what the response level is. Some things will stick, others would, I prefer that. And then you can go back and forth and be able to bless each other.
I think when you said a moment ago, where do we get our resources? You all are a lot younger than we are. So you all are at an advantage because you all are willing to talk. You get more younger couples talking about what it is that they need to have discussed, and you'll find those different ways. The generation before us, they told us nothing. So they passed down nothing.
But they was doing a whole lot, Bishop.
Yeah, they was.
Yeah, I agree. But they didn't tell us.
Yeah. Because you all are more willing to share.
Yes.
Willing to share different ideas and different things. A lot of folks, they're not sharing enough.
Yeah.
Right.
And therefore you limit the extent of the capacity to please each other. So yeah. Getting back to the point of the need for medical assistance, sometimes it is important to get some type of assistance from a doctor that is capable of helping to restore a man's sexual potency.
Mhm.
Sometimes it can be through hormone injections that may increase his level of testosterone or progesterone. Different ways where you can build up one's stamina and be able to help each other in those areas. And so you gotta be able to find some help. If you need help, go get some help.
Right.
But I'm not saying, because see, some of the pills, some of those are only what am I saying? They're really almost like temporary aids, but they're not really proven to be effective in the long term. A man's got to improve his own sexual stamina and potency through, of course, medical technology can assist a person as well. And I think that if it can help a man, hey, go ahead and get the help that you need. Go ahead and get that you need. As long as you're not, going outside. In essence, the tools and the toys, they don't really please in the long term. It's about the person. It's about the person and not the tools or the toys. They may add a little extra flair to the bedroom. You may add a little few bells and whistles, but nothing is like the person.
Right.
Nothing's like the real person. And that's exactly what it is. So we become the toys. We're the toy.
The women become real sexy.
That's right.
Just be sexy.
And wear some different outfits. Wear some different outfits.
Throw away
Sometimes I just want a choir robe. Just put on a choir robe. Let me take it to the choir room.
I'll be the doctor performing the examinations tonight.
Yes, I like to play church, so you be the nurse.
Doctor
And I'll be
was
the
now.
pastor. I'm all right with playing church. We can play church.
And so you really want to be able to love each other in all of the expanded ways. You don't want to be so locked in that you become predictable.
Right.
Come on.
You
You talking good. We got 5
Okay.
minutes. You talking
Right, you
good.
don't want to be predictable to the extent that there is nothing to look forward to.
No imagination.
Right.
You gotta be able to bring some imagination into your relationship.
Right.
And who said that you had to always have sex in the bedroom?
Right.
Okay, long as you stay off the back, long as you stay off the back porch.
Stay out
Listen,
Stay off the back porch.
I ain't gonna say it with my wife.
You don't want nobody peeking in there. You don't want nobody peeping in. Okay. And so really, it's all about really enjoying each other and learning how to have fun.
Learning how to have
Learn how to have fun.
Listen, can we bring y'all back
Yes.
one more month in April, May?
May.
In May, we could get more questions. I'm seeing a lot more people
Plus,
involved.
I want you to send me an ad or
Okay.
send me a flyer of some sort. That way I
Yes.
can send that out as well.
I will do. I
can send
want to
that
come
out.
back. I want to get some more people on here. I want to just pick your brain because I think we're doing good with sex talk. But Bishop, if we're not getting along, ain't no sex happening.
Ain't no sex happening.
Mm-mm.
We gotta dig into it.
Mm.
And what I don't like is, I'm not gonna say. I mean, I'm just saying. I want to be happy. I want to be happy all day, and
Right.
I just don't. If we're not happy, we won't be sexual.
Right.
That's all.
That
I'm
is
saying.
true. That
If
is
we're
true.
not getting along, we're not gonna be sexual.
And that has hindered a lot of people. You can't force a person to have sex. You've been mad and grumpy all day long, and you want to just all of a sudden you want to jump in the bed and have sex. No, that's almost like abuse.
Ooh, you gotta.
That is
You can't drop that on us if we got 2 minutes left. You cannot drop that on us if we got 2 minutes left. We gotta
Okay.
pick that up in May.
Okay, we'll pick it up in May.
Ooh, wee.
almost like abuse.
Oh yes,
Listen,
yes.
That's why I'm married to him.
Bishop,
Yeah.
just give me a little bit of that. I can't leave him with that. I can't leave him like that.
In essence, it's all of this is by consent.
Right.
Mhm.
All of your relationship is by consent. Even though she has to render due benevolence to me, I must render due benevolence to her. That is to make sure that I am available for her sexually and that she's available for me sexually. We don't force the issue. No, the whole relationship is by consent, you know, and if the other person is not ready, then okay, the least you can do is give a rain check. You say, you know what, I can't accommodate you right now, but hey, see me about 9 o'clock, you know, and we'll see what we can do. But, you know, it's all about doing it well and doing it with love. If you can't do it with love, don't do it at all.
Right.
Boom.
I hope that helps a little bit.
Listen, we're bringing you back one more round, and then we need your help with questions, interaction. If you want to be on and say, man, I want to talk, I got some
Mhm.
questions. This is the only way this gonna work. We need
Right.
your
Send your questions. Send in some more
and your
questions.
questions. We need more questions, but we got to move from this sex to real true love. That's what you said.
Right.
Not from the streets, but I like that.
True
We ain't
love.
I was telling my wife that some in the near future they're gonna start sending out sexual robots. Is it okay to have sex with your sexual robot?
Right.
Right.
They're gonna have some robots out in the future. You can buy one. You can buy
Listen,
one.
If they're
Okay.
delivering groceries, they gonna be. I seen them in Bethesda. I couldn't believe. I seen all these robots at Save Mart delivering groceries. Bishop, thank you so much.
bless
We
you.
have one more commercial,
Bless
and
you,
then listen, all singles. If you're not married, you're single. We got Pastor Mark Jackson all the way from Youngstown, Ohio, and Akron. He's gonna jump on at 8 o'clock. We got 10 minutes. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. If you love Bishop and you want him to come back, please let him know. You want him to come back. Come on,
Yes,
come on,
come
come on. Come on, come on. Please let them know. We got one more commercial video from the Glovers that I want to show you, and then we'll close out in prayer.
Beautiful.
Amen.
We are Jerron and Glenda Glover. Good evening.
We've been married for 27 years in this June.
This June will be 27 years.
And for us, what does marriage mean to us? It means commitment.
Undying commitment.
It means a lot of love.
A lot of understanding.
Mhm.
A lot of just a lot of compromise. You know, you got to compromise.
It's learning to care for someone other than yourself. And knowing that marriage is like a rose. Some days it's very beautiful, and some days it's a little prickly.
Amen.
But most importantly, it's that commitment that you make with your spouse and with God, and that ring symbolizes that circle that never ends, and that sometimes it's a roller coaster ride, but it's worth the ride, and it's worth having someone to share your life with.
I like what she said. You know, when we talk to people about marriage, the thing we talk about is 3 different things: is God, respect, and communication. You know, because it's in that 3-tier program. You know, the one thing you got to have is God up front. Let me get the triangle right. Got to have God up top, because without that communication and respect, the one thing you can lean on is God. We just made the commitment to, hey, we're going to stick together and make this thing through. We're you know, we love each other. I honor her and I cherish her. She tolerates me. On most days I'm kind of rough, but you know, I appreciate her and I thank her. I thank God for her. She's the yin to my yang.
That's it right there. A lot of times is, you know, we think that we have to complement one another. I think, you know, he's
With an E.
yeah, I mean, it's give and take, and learning that he is who he is and I am who I am, so we can still be individuals, but at the same time we're a unit, and just show you know, it's undying love and respect for one another. We didn't get into this saying you can get divorced. We got into this saying we made a commitment and we're going to keep it.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you. Bishop, pray for us. Lady Riley, pray for us. And we want to just thank you and appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Father, we thank you. We give you praise for the privilege and the opportunity to share a little bit about love and sexuality. I pray that everyone that has been a part of this discussion this evening has benefited and can continue to have a loving relationship. Bless Pastor Jason and his dear wife continually, Lord. Bless their home, their marriage, and the Image Church, that they'll continue to flourish and go forth mightily. We thank you for your loving kindness, Lord, to us, and that you'll continue to favor us with your everlasting love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Bishop.
Thank you, guys.
Love you guys.
If you want to jump back on, everybody, we're getting back on in 10 minutes. I'm telling you, singles conversation is going to be hot. Tell somebody, invite them. Bishop, I love you. Thank you.
God bless you.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Take care. God bless.
Bye-bye.